Right, I'm on Patala. Right, we were discussing input devices, right? Imagine and video. Can you remember? Right. Uh, Hari, Patala. So we are discussing these things, right? Webcams, imaging video devices, CCTV, scanners. Can you all remember barcode readers, magnetic ink? So what's the why we use MICRs? Anyone? Can someone tell me why we use MICRs? That's what's the full form of MICR. Look at the full form of MICR. Right. Very good. So what's the purpose, Puta? Bukan आप use कराने. Hmm. Yes. Right. MRCR can scan checks. So it can validate whether it's a fraud one or the original one, right? So that's the use of MICR. And what is OCR? Right. Why we use OCRs? Right. So what's the difference between scanning and capturing the text? Right? We have a scanner, right? Basically document scanner or the photocopy, right? So we can place the document and we can take copy of that, right? So if you want to scan this document, right? We'll put this into the scanner. Let's say it's like this, no? Right? So that's the symbol we use, right? Right? That's the symbol we use. We place the document here and we close this lid, and through the software we say scan, right? So we can get scanned output. right? Today I'm going to tell you, right? There are two types of outputs, basically three types, right? So anyway, so we can get one output. So what's the difference between this scan and OCR scan? Asal dua itunya eh, Surangi Wijaya Surya කියන නමින් ඉන්න අපේ දුවගේ නම මොකද්ද? මොතෝදි, right, right. So what's the difference Putala? All right, I was waiting for Tinuka, right? Okay, so what's the difference between OCR scan and the generic scan? Putala, this name itself says, right? It's character recognition, right? If you do a generic scan, basically, right? You cannot edit this document or you can't copy the text, right? It will come as an image or PDF file, right? You can't select the text, and maybe if you want to copy it to somewhere text file or the document, so you can't do it. දැන් පුතාලා ගිහිල්ලා මොනවා හරි ෆොටෝ එකක් ගන්නවා. Can you select that text in the photograph? Is it possible? අපි කඩේක බෝඩ් එකක් ගන්නවා ෆොටෝ එකක්. Can you copy that text from the, can you extract that text from the I mean the photograph? Is it possible? Have you tried it? තිනුක පුතා අපි ෆොටෝ එකක් ගත්තාම ෆොටෝ එකේ තියෙන අකුරු මොනවා හරි වැදලා තියෙනවා නම් ඒක කොපි කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද? දැන් පුළුවන් කියන අය රේස් හෑන්ඩ් කරන්න බලන්න. Right? දැන් ටික ටික අමාරු වෙනවා, right? So be interactive, right? ඉස්සරහට යනකොට ටිකක් වැඩිපුර දේවල් තියෙනවා, right? So you have to interact with me, otherwise you will be in trouble, right? Okay. So difference actually OCR means, right? Once you scan document through OCR scanner, right? You can basically scan the same document, right? But the output, actually you can select these texts individually, right? Character wise, it will separate, actually it will identify the characters in the document, right? Characters and the words, right? If you want to copy these documents, right? So new scanners, right, basically comes with that feature, and it's a software enabled feature basically, right? So if you get new scanner, your software might be capable of OCR reading, and there are some different devices as well, OCR devices, right? Basically they use OCRs in banks or libraries, right? So they want to extract the contents of a page, right? So they use OCR devices, right? OMR. So that's very popular device nowadays because they can easily mark your MCQ exam answer sheets using OMR, optical mark recognition, right? So like this type of answer sheet, right? So you mark your answers like this, right? Right? So it can straight away it can capture the text, the marked entries, and we can get the very quick output. Otherwise, we, right? So OMR, right? Through OMR readers, right? We can select that OMR device is capable, right, to check these your MCQ paper markings. I mean answer sheet, right? It can straight away say out of 10 how many answers correct, right? It will give the place, and through the software you can analyze and say, okay, four here we have one, two, three, four, five. No, five out of four is correct. So that's that kind of answer you can get quick, very quick, right? It's very quick. Otherwise, some person has to go through all the questions and check, right? Recheck. So it will take time. නේද? Teacher කෙනෙක් හරි කවුරු හරි. So she or he needs to check first, and the supervisor has to recheck, right? Mistakes can happen. But here, right? It's not like that. So straight away, so it will check the answer sheet against the provided answer sheet, right? That's OMR. ATM, automated teller machine, we used to um, do banking transactions, right? Hmm. Remember, right? So sometimes you get questions like explain the scenarios of these devices, right? So you should be able to answer such questions. Now, microphone. What's the purpose of microphone? We can input what? Yes, it can capture the sound, and it can through the sound card, it can convert the analog sound. This is a symbol of analog, right? Microphone captures the analog signal, right? So this is microphone, right? It captures the analog signal, basically generically our voice, right? So through the sound card, right? This is sound card, right? It's a kit inside your system unit, sound card, right? It converts this analog signal to digital form, right? Keep on converting. So one zeros likewise, right? So it can convert, the sound card can convert your analog voice to a digital form where computer can understand, right? Uh, those are the input devices, right? We learned. So today we'll start output devices. Right. Can someone tell me what's a soft copy? What's the hard copy? What's the difference between soft copy and hard copy? Very good, Kuta. Soft copy. So all others, right? Kutala Opkamla, you have to remember this is very generic word, right? In computer industry, soft copy and hard copy, right? If someone says, "Get me a hard copy," right? Don't send him an email. හරිද දැන් කවුරු හරි කිව්වොත් බැංක් එකකින් කියනවා පුතාලට කෝල් එකක් දීලා so give us a hard copy signed document, right? Hard copy, it's a physical document, right? Soft copy is a computer form, right? Computer form. Soft copy we can use in computers, right? It may be in screen, right? um, right? Or PDF file, it's a computer format, right? Whatever the document or the PDF file, whatever, anything, right? But if you want hard copy, right, you have to take print out. Likewise, it's a hard copy, it's a physical document, right? So remember that, right? Soft means soft, right? It's smooth, like soft. So remember like this. Hard means physical, right? So hard copy is a physical document. And here output devices, that's our topic. Output devices, right? They're going to tell us right? There are several methods of producing the processed information by a computer system, right? What's the process information, right? Remember our IPO circle: input, process, output, right? And here we have storage also: input, process, output, storage also. So we input basically data and instructions, right? So we take output as a information, right? So this information, right, the output, uh, we can get as various ways, right? So the first one, right, we can get it as a printout, maybe a screen, maybe in screen, right? We can see the output in screen, right? Monitor. Or we can get output as sound, speak output, right? See, three different scenarios. So printout, now printout. It's a hard document. It's a hard copy. In screen, it's a soft copy. Sound, it is sound, right? The voice out, right? See, information. We can take it out in various, through various ways, right? So basically, we learn about three things: printout, screen, and sound. As hard copy, soft copy, and the sound, right? Tilakaputta, I think your connection drops, no? Keep on disconnecting, right? Maybe you have signal problem today, right? Okay, so I was telling about the input, process, output, right? So input, that's nothing but data and instructions. The output has information, right? Information we can take out through printouts, maybe in screen or sound, right? So printout means it's a hard copy, right? Screen on screen means it's soft copy, and a sound form, right? So there are three ways we can get the output, the information, right? So, right, according to our requirements, right? So we can have various output devices. So today we are going to discuss output devices, right? Okay. So what are the output devices? You already know. First thing is a monitor, right? Computer screen. Second one is printer. And third one maybe speaker, right? Any other output devices you know? So multimedia projector. Yes, multimedia projector, right? So today we'll uh, s- actually we'll classify, right? Screens will classify, like, so in screen segment we'll discuss few things. The printer segment will describe further, and the speaker section will describe, like, we can elaborate, right? So screens. So various types of screens. Like grade 6, 7, 8, 9 output devices, screen, multimedia projector, monitor, right? Or they will give, right? So today, right, they have divided this screen. Now we have basically we got screens, screen, printers, and sound. Right. Today we'll discuss these three things, right? So, screens. So tell me different types of screens you know at the moment. There are so plenty of models you can have. What's the oldest one? Yes, CRT, cathode ray tube, right? You need to know the full form, right? CRT, cathode ray tube, right? Have you seen old computers like big boxes, right? Not like today we have very slim, right? LED, like very slim. We can even mount it in the wall, but not right. Mm, earlier, right? Maybe 2 decades back, we got very big monitors. 2 3 decades back, right? Even we need 2 3 people to carry that kind of uh, screens, right? We have experience with those, right? So cathode rays. So actually the mechanism, right? uh, it's little bit advanced, right? It uses like high um, voltage beam to draw the pictures in the screen, right? Inside there there's a high voltage beam, right? Always it's like it's refreshing, right? It projects actually, right? The high voltage beam, right? It's vertically like this. It's always drawing, right? Electron beam. It's drawing the electron beam to the screen, right? Through that, it generates the pictures or the images in the screen. So that's the technology, right? That's the technology they use. Cathode ray tubes, right? Um, so you don't need to learn that kind of technical stuff, right? So basically, right? What's the voltage? Our regular voltage in our countries, right? Some countries have different voltages than Sri Lanka, but basically, what's the voltage we use? Our household voltage. මොකද පුතාලා අපේ ගෙදර වල දෙන කරන්ට් එක කොච්චර වෝල්ට් එකක් තියෙනවද? තියෙනවද පුතා? අපේ electronic devices වලට. So what's the voltage? So what's our normal house voltage? It's 220 volts, right? So actually it varies 210 to maybe 230, right? But some countries use 110 volt. What's the voltage of regular double A battery? දැන් පුතාලා මම දැනගන්න ඕන. දැන් ගොඩක් පාඩම් කරලා තියෙනවනේ නේද? What's the voltage of a battery? Batteries තියෙන 1.5 volts, right? That is direct current. It's not AC, right? But uh, actually, our household current, it's alternate current we are getting, AC, right? Make පුතාලා DC current එක, right? So it's different, right? So we use for electronic devices we use DC current, right? Most of the electronic devices, right? Like computers, so we use DC current. So we need to convert this AC to DC using some electronic mechanism, right? Then we can then පුතාලගේ power pack එක phone එකේ charger එක. So actually it converts your AC current to your phone, right? It's a DC voltage, right? So basically DC we represent like this, right? AC we represent like this analog, right? DC it's like this, right? Check your charger, right? So you might see this icon, you can see, right? So DC current. Actually your phone usually use 5 volts, right? So it converts 230 volts to 5 volts. That's the uh, purpose of a mobile charger, right? Power packs. So any power pack actually it converts, right? Power pack it converts. AC to the DC, right here, right? Um, so in Sri Lanka, we use 220 volts. Maybe countries like Japan, they use 110 volts, right? 110 volts. So that's our input voltage, right? So inside the cathode ray tube, it will increase voltage up to 20,000, sometimes more than that. So it increased the voltage. That's a mechanism, right? So it increased the voltage to 20,000, and that increased voltage they used to generate this kind of mechanism, CRT tube, cathode ray tube, right? It's an electron beam. Those are additional informations, right? So you should know what is CRT. It's a type of monitor output device, right? Basically, we used few decades back. Right now, it's very rarely you can see those kind of, because it consumes very high voltage, right? So nowadays we are very much concerned about the electricity usage. Current ගැන අපි ගොඩාක් අද worry වෙනවනේ, right? So earlier, right? But unfortunately, at that time, that was the technology available, right? So it consumes very high energy, right? දැන් එහෙම තිබුණා නම් අපේ current bill එකයි, right? දහස් ගානකින්. Luckily, now we have different types of devices, so it consumes very less um, energy, right, compared to this. So CRT is one type of monitor, right? Cathode ray tube, right? If you want, you can make the notes, right? Larger in size and consumes more electricity, right? Cathode ray tubes. So later on, they thought this is very bulky, right? It takes very high space. Maybe when you want to establish office workspace and something, right? So you need a very huge workspaces. Why you want to keep this monitor, right? You need very big workspaces. So that was very space consuming as well, right? So what the engineers designed, right? They experimented and they developed something called liquid crystal display, LCDs. Right, CRT, that's the first one, and the second evolution was LCDs. Right, it was very remarkable innovation compared to CRT. Right, so liquid crystal display. So name itself says there's some liquid inside that, right? So it's like same monitor you see, like LED. It's flat panels you can see, no? Right? So it's same size, same type. This is very slim, right? Compared to CRTs, but inside they use polarized plates to generate the screen, images. So compared to this one, it is very high clarity display. So they could generate, right, very high graphics on LCD, right? Still it's available LCDs, but gradually it's converting. Now we are using LED devices, right? So afterwards they introduce LEDs. So compared to both of these, right? LED displays consume very less energy, right? So it's a very big advantage, right? So basically, LCDs, they use polarized materials, the technology they use, right? LCDs. So LEDs, right? Light emitting diodes. So LED is now very popular, right? Even your mobile screen, your computer, laptop screen, right? TV, right? Almost all the devices nowadays comes as LED devices, right? Both are very similar, right? LED further they could bring smaller, like slim, right? Uh, right? And very high clarity compared to these two. LEDs can generate very high graphics, quality graphics, right? So those are the technologies, right? multimedia project, the fourth one, right? So we're talking about the screens now, LEDs. So multimedia projector innovates, right? Multimedia projector. So it's very generic thing, right? From the beginning. Now we have LED capable multimedia projectors, right? Earlier they used sort of uh, uh, hybrid light to project to the screens, right? Still that technology is available, but LED now it's gradually LED projectors also, right? So coming into the market, bit expensive at the moment, right? So it can generate the quality graphics, right? So still multimedia projectors, we use multimedia projectors for the presentations, but it's very useful device, right? See, four types, right? So these screens can generate hard copy or soft copy. uh, Soft copy, right? So these devices could generate soft copies, CRT, LED, LCD, and multimedia projectors, right? So this is all about the screens, right? So no need to learn very advanced things how these things work, right? So those are like computer engineering subjects, right? So electronics related things, right? If you want, you can learn, right? So go to YouTube and check how CRT monitors work, how LED monitors work, how LCD monitors, right? How multimedia projectors work. So there are very simple explanations available, right? But those are very high technical devices, right? So they are not talking about the inside technology here, but you should know these types of devices are available in the market, right? So this is the one now currently we are using, right? So LED, most efficient, most energy efficient, and very high in quality, right? So LEDs also we have OLED, uh, QLED. Go to electronic shop and check, right? So they will use these words to sell their products. Like Samsung, වගේ වට ගියොත් OLED products, QLED products. So mungkin kita whatever it's the base is LED, right? But huge difference in the quality, right? OLED and QLEDs, right? Those are very beautiful screens you can see, right? Even last week I have seen LED monitor, right? It's like a OLED monitor. It's very actually it's very beautiful, very nice graphics it generates actually, right? ආසයිටම වැඩ කරන්නේ වගේ වයි. එච්චරට ලස්සනයි OLED type monitors, right? Right. So this is all about the screens. හරි. දැන් මොනවා හරි ලියන්න පුළුවන් the screens ගැන આવුත්. So the first gen, second gen, third gen, fourth gen, mega multimedia projects are actually it was from the beginning it's same, right? So see, Monte evolution CRT, LCD, and LED, right? You can see the pictures. They have given some pictures, right? Right. Let's talk about the hard copy. These are soft copies. So hard copies, right? It's all about printers, right? If you take printers, basically we got two types of printers, right? Putala, right? Impact printers and non-impact printers, right? Impact printers and non-impact printers, right? What's the printer type you use basically? Color printers. You use ink printers, right? Laser printers or ink printers, right? But impact printers, there are types now, right? So you have to learn impact printers. Actually, it's a sort of a mechanical type printer, right? So actually, very beginning, right? So when before this new technology arrives, right? Computer technology, actually they use impact printers, right? So it's a very basic technology, right? They use mechanical method to generate printouts. Basically, that mechanical method, Putala. So, right, let's say this is a printer, right? There is a ribbon, right? Carbon ribbon, right? We need to place this kind of carbon cartridge inside the printer, right? So the printer head actually, right, hits this carbon interface, right? There are very tiny pins. So it's printer head like this, right? There are maybe 18, 24, likewise, right? So pins available, right? So these pins actually it's punching. It's like a sewing machine. දැන් පුතාලා දැකලා තියෙන sewing machine එක මානවට ඉදි කට්ට මෙහෙම අන්න ඒ වගේ පුතේ මේ printer head එක ඇතුලේ, right? It pushes this kind of mechanism, right? So small tiny needle type of pins available, right? So it hits on the on this carbon uh, cartridge, right? Carbon ribbon, right? And so once you hit the carbon, what will happen? The copy, the paper plates like this, right? So basically, once you push this one, right? So the dot prints on the paper. See, nice mechanism, right? So according to the computer language, right? These pins work, right? So these pins hits the paper through this carbon cartridge, and that generates the characters. So higher the number of pins, higher the quality you can get. So those are type of impact printers, right? And the line printers, right? So actually it prints the line. It used like a pen, right? So it used pen, and according to the coordinates, it will move. The pen will move and generates the graphics. Likewise, right? If you want to draw something a square, right? This pen moves, right? So CAD CAMs, computer aided designing of the planning plans, right? So those kind of things you can that kind of printouts you can generate through the line printers, right? So we got two types of printers now, impact printers, right? First one is dot matrix. Dot matrix. Why? So the this dot matrix printers actually generates the printouts through that pins. So it creates very tiny dots. අර මම කියලා දුන්නානේ පුතේ head එකෙන් එන pin එකේ, right? Hits the carbon foil and then to the paper, right? So it generates tiny dots. So let's say you want to draw this kind of um, circle, right? You can't draw lines, right? So what you want to do? So it will keep on hitting the printer like this, right? See. So higher the number of dots, higher the quality you can get, right? Don't compare with today printouts, right? Those are very advanced printouts, right? Earlier, this was so enough, more than enough, right? Even today, you can see some stores, maybe some banks, they still use dot matrix technology. Are crease ka gaya hai ne putala samaran printouts and what, right? Crease killer. So I will show you, right? Maybe today I don't know whether I get time or not, right? Um, I will show you how it works. Right? Dot matrix. That's the first type. The second one, line type. Line printers. Basically, line printers. Right? So it creates lines. Right? Those are line printers. Right. Let's move into the non-impact printers. Those are very popular nowadays, right? Highest, very high quality printouts you can generate using the non-impact printers. The first type, laser printers. Uh, you might have heard about this laser printers. Second one, inkjet or bubble jet printers. Ink or bubble jet printers. The third one, thermal printers. Thermal printers. The fourth one, uh, plotters. Fifth one, right, on the fourth, right? Plotters, right? So plotters. So I was telling about the line printer. Line printer and plotter is different, right? So plotter comes as a non-impact printer, right? So line printer, actually this can create the lines. Through the lines only it can generate the printouts. It's very fast than dot matrix printers, right? These are not very popular printers, but right? I will show you the demonstrations, right? But plotter is something else, right? So plotters can do advanced things like computer designing, computer you want to draw some maybe building plans. Likewise, right? They use plotters, right? So line print actually it can generate the lines, right? Through the line only it can generate the printouts, right? So we talk about the non-impact printers, laser printers. Actually, laser printers are the highest quality printers available for the moment, right? Right? Samana katya solid print karna the laser printers only, right? But money printing is something different. So it's a very complex process, right? අපි මේ කොලයක් ගෙනල්ලා සල්ලි කොලේ ස්කෑන් කරලා print කරාට, right, through the laser printer, right, you can't cheat people because there are so many security mechanisms embedded into the note, actual note, right? So it's very different than the printout. පුතාලා හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න, right? Money note, it's very illegal thing, right? Through the laser printer, some people, right, some bad people, right, they're trying to print the money, right? uh, but it's not uh, right, they can cheat sometimes, but right, but it's not, you can't get exactly money like printouts through the laser printers. It's a myth, right? එක බොරු කතාවක්. laser printer එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අපිට සල්ලි තච්චු ගහන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. It's a myth, right? So you can't print money, right? You can scan and get a very high quality printouts, but it's very different than the actual money note, right? Laser printers, right? Laser printer, actually it uses laser beam, right? Laser technology, right? So we need to put dried ink. It's a powder form, right? We need to put the cartridge. It's a powder. දැන් සමහර printers වල පුතාලා දැකලා තියෙන cartridge එකනේ දාන්නේ පුතාලා. ඒකේ තියෙන ink එකක්, right? It's a liquid form, right? But laser printers අපි දාන්නේ dried form. It's a powder form print toner එකක් තමයි දාන්නේ, right? Through the lasers actually, there's a mechanism called drum actually, based on the printing method, right? So it generates the powder will inject to the drum and prints on the paper, right? දැන් පුතාලා මේකේ තියෙන powder එක මේ වගේ roller එකක් තියෙනවා මේක ඇතුලේ. මේ roller එකට මේ powder එක ගිහින් attach වෙනවා, right? දැන් අපිට හදන්න ඕනේ RBG නේද පුතාලා? colors හතරක් තියෙනවා අපිට colors හදාගන්න. basically we got three then computer printouts වල cyan, magenta, black and what's the other color? Yellow. CMYK. දැන් computer වල පුතාලා දැකලා ඇති colors හතරක් පාවිච්චි වෙනවා නේද? colors හතරක් ඕනේ නේද පුතාලා? සමහර පොත්වල දැකලා තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේක ලස්සන color හතරක් dot හතරක් පිටුවේ අන්තිමට වැදලා තියෙනවා, right? මේ color හතරට පුතේ එන්නේ CMYK කියනවා. දැන් පුතාලා දන්නේ RGB නේ ගොඩක් වෙලා red green blue නේ, right? computer එකේ printers වල පාවිච්චි කරන colors හතරක් CMYK කියලා, right? YK නෙමෙයි CMY and the black one, right? Right? CMY, cyan, magenta, yellow and the black cartridge. මෙන්න මේ cyan, magenta, yellow වලින් තමයි පුතාලා. So we have to place color printer, laser printer එකකට නම් අපිට cartridge හතරක් දාන්න ඕනේ. මේ විදිහට powder form එකේ හතරක් දානවා. black, cyan, magenta, yellow. Only black printer එකක් නම් black cartridge විතරක් දානවා. Right? So we need to place 4 cartridges. Right? Powder form එකේ තියෙන මෙහෙම හෙලෙවුවොත් dust එක වගේ වැටෙනවා. Right? Yellow color dust එකක් වැටෙනවා, cyan color dust එකක් වැටෙනවා, magenta කියන්නේ නිකන් pink වගේ color එකක්. හරි? black එකේ නම් black color එක වගේ. ඉතින් මේ හතරම load කරන්න ඕනේ laser color printer එකට. Right? So it generates the prints through the laser technology. මේ drum එකට ගිහිල්ලා මේ විදිහට වෙල්ලා මේක කරකෙද්දි paper එකට මේක ඇලිලා වගේ print වෙලා එනවා. Right? It's a different mechanism. හරි? inkjet print එකේ වෙන්නේ මේ වගේම දෙයක්. right? හැබැයි dried form එකකින් නෙමෙයි පුතාලා තියෙන්නේ. ink printers වල use කරන්නේ cartridges. right? laser print එකේ දැන් පුතාලා දැක්ක dried form එකේ තියෙන dried powder form එකේ. මේකේ තියෙන පුතේ liquid form එකෙන් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. right? liquid form එකෙන් තියෙන පුතාලා ink එක පුතාලා දැකලාදී cartridge එක සමහර cartridge වල ඒකේ colors තුනක් දාලා තියෙනවා. ඒ colors තුනට වෙනම tanks තුනක් තියෙනවා ඒ cartridge එක ඇතුලේ. right? So we need two cartridges, CMY and the black one. අපිට black නේ ගොඩක් color printouts ගන්න, so they give separate black color cartridge. CMY කියන්නේ color cartridge එකක් වෙනම දෙනවා. right? color cartridge. අතන black cartridge එක. So combination of these things, right? දැන් මේකේ වන්නේ tint dot. අරකේ dried form එකෙන් වදිනවානේ මම කිව්වා මෙතන drum එකේ වදිනවා කියලා powder එකක් වගේ. දැන් මේකේ වෙන්නේ paper එකට බින්දු තමයි වැක්කරන්නේ. අපිට හිතා ගන්න බෑ very tiny dots. හරි? bubble jet එකේ වෙන්නේ right? මේකේ පොඩි dot බින්දු තමයි place කරන්නේ. ඔය ones and zeros තමයි ඔය බින්දු කියන්නේ. right? එතකොට ones and zeros ආවම මෙහා 1 0 මේ one පස්සේ මේ cartridge, the printer can convert that language, right? according to the printing language. හරි? මේකේ මේ එන දික පුතේ මේ dots බවට පත් කරනවා. right? through that it can generate the graphics on the paper. හරිද? ඔන්න ඔය විදිහට තමයි bubble jet all inkjet printers වැඩ කරන්නේ. දැන් අපි මේ laser print එක පොඩ්ඩක් කියවලා බලමු. හරිද? Non impact printers, right? Non impact printers does not operate by striking the head. මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා කිව්වානේ. Impact printers වල තමයි striking head. දැන් මේ head එකකින් strike කරනවා ink foil එකට, then the paper. Right? Strike කරලා තමයි generate කරන්නේ, right? Non-impact printers does not operate by striking the head against the ribbon, right? Hence it's not noisy. දැන් මේක ටක 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 ගමන්ගේ ක්‍රීස් ගාලා වදිනවා කියලා, so it's very noisy, right? The non-impact printers, right, it won't generate noise compared to the impact printers. There are some noises, but අරක හරිම කරදරයක් අර රැහැයි කෑ ගහනවා වගේ කීස් ගාලා එනවා. හරි මේකේ it's not like that, right? So operating mechanical sound we get, but printing, right, during the printing process it won't generate the sound. මේකේ print වෙන ගානේ ක්‍රීස් ගාලා හත් දෙනවා, right? So here there are no mechanical things, right? The printers are better and printouts are better, right? Quickly running the cost of these printers are more expensive than impact printers. So these are, anyway, it's very expensive. Laser printers are very expensive compared to the other printers, right? Why? Because laser color printer needs 4 cartridges, right? In today's market, mama other ganang waliin kiyana nam putte, right? So this cartridge set, right? BCMY කියන cartridge set එක you need something like 100,000 to refill the laser printer. මේක cartridge එකක් 25,000 rupees විතර වෙනවා. So more than 25,000 some cartridges, right? Then 25 into 4 it's 100,000 විතර වෙනවා, right? To replace one set you need 100,000 rupees laser color printer. So it's very expensive, right? මේ impact printer එක ribbon එකක් පුතේ අර මම කිව්ව ink ribbon එක maybe 750 rupees, right? Here it's very expensive, right? 100 times expensive than, right, comparatively, right? Even bubble jets, you need to change the head, print head. So again it's very expensive thing, right? It's not expensive than the laser printers, right? But still it is expensive change in the ink. So that's why they have the people actually developed fake inks. So without without getting it from the original manufacturer, right? Maybe some you can get duplicate inks that you can refill. Some models you can refill the bubble jets, right? But my preference is always go for the original one because it won't harm your printer. Sometimes, right, if the thickness is not good like the original one, right? Original එකේ පුතේ thickness එකක් තියෙනවා, viscosity එකක්, right? ඝනත්වයක් කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ ඝනත්වය සමහරකට මේ බාල තින්තවල duplicate තින්තවල you won't get like you won't get the exact quality, right? Sometimes you won't get the exact colors, right? So those are very poor in quality, right? Some people actually, because of the cost, actually they use duplicate inks. So we don't recommend that, right? So you need to replace with the original manufacturer if you love your device actually, right? ඔයාලට device එකට ආදරේ නැත්නම් ඕන එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්, right? Right, that's a technology of bubble jet. We'll read once, right? Running cost of these printers are more expensive than impact printers, right? The following are some of the non-impact printers. Laser printer. In the laser printer, the toner, dried ink, cartridge is applied to the paper to produce the printout. දැන් මම කියලා දුන්නා laser printer එකේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න අපි powder form එකෙන් නැත්නම් dried form එකෙන්, right? Both black and white as well as color laser printers are available. The laser printers produce clear and quality printouts, right? That's all. That's the example, the explanation they have given, right? So now you know better than that, right? Little bit. Bubble, the second example to bubble or inkjet printers, right? Liquid ink stored in the tanks is kept in the cartridge, and ink is deposited on the paper through small nozzles and produce the printout. So I told you, no? So two cartridges. This is color one and this is black one. So this point is called nozzle, right? So the ink produces through the nozzle according to the instructions. This ink produces the through the nozzle and generate the printouts, right? These are very tiny nozzles, you can see, right? You can't even see it in naked eye, right? And the third one, thermal printers. Heat is used to print the document. It is commonly used in business to print receipts in the device such like ATM, printing labels, okay, etc. දැන් පුතාලා ATM කාඩ් එකෙන් සල්ලි ගන්නකොට they issue a printout. නැත්නම් සුපර් මාකට් එකකට කියලා බඩු ගන්නකොට they issue a receipt. receipt එකක් දෙනවනේ. ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් පුතේ වෙනස් නේද අනිත් printouts වල. So basically they use thermal type printers. Right? දැන් මේ පුතාලා මේ printer එකේ a කොලේ very different paper they use. දැන් paper එක ගත්තොත් පුතාලා හරිද? බලන්න පුතාලට හම්බ වෙන සමහර papers වල පුතාලගේ ඇඟිල්ලෙන් මෙහෙම ඇන්දොත් ඒ බිලේ ඒකේ ඇඳෙනවා. right? ඒක ඇඳෙනවා පුතේ. බලන්නකො experience කරලා. හරි? special type of paper they use. right? printer head එකක් තියෙනවා. it heats the elements. දැන් paper එකේ ඕන තැන් ටික head එකේ heat කරලා එතන paper එක අලවනවා. paper එක තියෙනවා. heat වෙච්ච head එක. එතන පිච්චිලා වගේ තමයි print out එක හැදිලා එන්නේ. ඒකයි පුතාලට ටක් ගාලා print out එකක් එනවා පේන්නේ. right? දැන් මෙන්න මේ වගේ. දැන් අපි කතා කර හිටියේ thermal නේ. thermal කියන්නේම heat එක, right? thermal උෂ්ණත්වය, right? ඒ head එක පුතේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම heat කරනවා මෙතන. මේක පොඩි coil එකකින් heat කරලා ඕන තැන් ටික paper එකට තිබ්බ ගමන් මේ special type of paper, right? So interfaces get burned. මේකේදී අකුරු ටික වදිනවා මේ විදිහට. right? The interfaces get burned. මේ paper එකේ. right? එහෙම නැත්නම් තව එකක් තියෙනවා ink foil එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන method එකකුත්, but they are not talking about that one, right? Still the same technology, right? So in that case no need to use the special type of paper. දැන් අපි මේකට කියන්නේ පුතේ direct thermal කියලා. දැන් මේ head එක කෙලින්ම කොලයට තියෙනවා නම් මේකට කියනවා අපි direct thermal method කියලා. direct thermal. ඒ කියන්නේ paper එක උඩ කෙලින්ම heat කරපු element එක තියලා print කරන එකට අපි කියනවා direct thermal කියලා. right? thermal transfer කියලා option එකක් තියෙනවා. thermal transfer එකේදී වෙන්නේ පුතාලා අර ribbon එකේ වගේ impact printer එකේ වගේ, right? we have some carbon ribbon, right? goes in between the head and the paper. දැන් මේ head එක තියපු ගමන් උණු වෙන්නේ මේ printer මෙන්න මේ carbon එකේ තියෙන ink එක තමයි උණු වෙලා paper එකේ වදින්නේ. So that in that case you don't need special type of paper, right? එතකොට normal paper එකේ වදිනවා. හැබැයි through the you need to use the carbon එක. carbon අර අපි carbon copies කරන්නේ carbon එකක් යන්නේ වගේ පොඩි carbon එකක් තියලා වැදුනාම තමයි මේක print out එක මෙහෙම මේක barcodes print කරනවා. මේක especially they use for this kind of the barcodes print කරන්න වගේ තමයි මේක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ thermal type එක use කරන්නේ, right? So basically they use the heat රත් කරලා තියෙනවා. right? එතකොට තමයි thermal print head එකකින් print වෙන්නේ, right? So heat is used to print the document. It is commonly used in business to print receipts in the device such as ATM and the printing labels. And අපි කතා කරේ barcode technologies ගැන. So barcodes. So to generate the barcodes, they use thermal kind of printers. දැන් ඒ ටික තමයි මතක තියාගන්න ඕනේ, right? මම දැන් additional දේවල් කියනවා, right? But you need to remember the code, right? And the plotter අපි ගොඩක් තැන්වල කතා කරා. plotter කියන්නේ අර මම කිව්වේ අපේ ගෙවල් වල ඩිසයින් කරනකොට මේක ලයින් print එකට ගත්ත example එක වැරදි, right? plotter කියන එකේ පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ ඒකෙත් පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ pen එකක්, right? ඒ pen එකෙන් printer එහෙට මෙහෙට ගිහලා මේව අඳින්න පුළුවන්. කොහොම pen එක ගෙනියනකොට මේව drawing එක complete වෙනවා, right? ඒකෙන් පුළුවන් අපිට අපේ අර house plans වගේ ගන්න. අර මම මෙතෙන්දි කියපු එක වැරදි නේ. මම එතන මම මේන් කරපු එක නෙමෙයි. මම එතෙන්දි මම මෙතන පොතේ තියෙන විදිහට මම ගන්නකොට line print එක use කරන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ කියලා තියෙන එක line print එක use කරන්නේ line head එකක්. ඒකේ lines තමයි draw කරන්න පුළුවන්. but plotter categorized as a non-impact printer, right? So you have to remember that. අපි මේ one by one examples බලමු. මම හිතන්නේ අද දවසේ නම් කරන්න බැරි වෙයි, right? plotter, right? So basically you got 4 types now: laser printer, ink bubble jet, thermal printer, and plotter, right? So here dot matrix and the line printers, right? And the final one, input screen, soft copy, hard copy, and the sound output. It's nothing but the speakers, right? Or the headphones. Mama use the headphone, right? So I can listen, right? It can be a wired headphone, it can be a wireless headphone, it can be a wired speaker, it can be a wireless speaker, whatever, right? So medium doesn't matter, right? So the speaker or headphone generates the sound output, right? So what's the definition they have given? The device which gives the sound output is called speaker. Speaker devices are designed for personal and common purposes, right? As an example, a musical show, outdoor show, right? So the commercial purposes, right? Musical show, right? They use it for commercial purposes. And headphones, that is personal, right? Without disturbing others, I can listen to the music, right? Still the technology is same, right? But technology is same, but compared to the personal experience and the commercial experience, the music you need to cater very large crowd, right? So you need the technology you need to adjust according to the capacity. But here, right? So I need to get the personal experience, right? Okay, krama dekama pute people are experiment to get a very high quality. Now not like previously, like your personal headphones are very high quality. iPods කියලා එනවා, Samsung pods කියලා එනවා නේද? දැන් ඔය එක devices in pods කිය right? They are very high quality devices, right? They can generate very high sound quality. Now commercial purpose ගත්තොත් outdoor show එකක්, maybe indoor show එකක්, right? So commercial show එකක් න, so it's a different technology. They use sound arrays, right? They generate very high loud sound, right? So two different technologies, but finally the outcome should be entertaining the people, or maybe giving very high quality sound output to the consumer, right? Those are about the speakers, right? So today so let's conclude today's lesson, right? Output devices, we can basically divide into screen output, that is soft copies, and about the printers, that's hard copies you can take, and the sound output, right? So screens, so very beginning they use CRT, cathode ray tube technology. Then LCDs came up, right? Liquid crystal displays, they use two polarized materials to generate the graphics, the technology, right? Don't worry about those things. And LEDs, light emitting diodes, right? So that's again a different technology, very high efficiency, and the multimedia projects it's separate, right? So if you compare these three, the LED consumes very low energy and very high in quality, right? Compared to the other two, right? And about the printers, right? Basically you can divide into the two types of we have two types of printers. Impact printers, which uses basically mechanical head, right? It strikes through the ribbon, and the it can generate the printouts, right? Impact printer. So dot matrix is the most common. There are type of printer like DACP, so that's also a impact printer, right? It's not in your book, right? Uh, Dot matrix and the lively printers, right? So those are the impact printers. They use the same technology. And non-impact printers, right? Compared to the impact printers, non-impact printers actually it's very less noise it generates. This keep on generating very high, very like it's sometimes it's you can't even listen. It's a very difficult to work with the impact printers, right? So very irritating sound sometimes, right? But non-impact print is not like that. It won't generate the noise, right? And very high in quality compared to these things. But the purpose might be different, right? Dot matrix, it's very cheap, right? So large amount printouts like banks, right? Ledger printings, those kind of things they use dot matrix printers. And uh, biggest advantage is you can take uh, you can use carbonized paper and get three or I mean two or more, maybe three, four, five copies at the same time. දැන් පුතාලා carbon papers දැකලා තියෙනවනේ carbon papers තුනක් විතර දාලා ඉවරලා මේකට feed කරුවා because it strikes නේ, right? It creates the carbon copy same time in the dot matrix printer, right? But non-impact printers you have to use the three papers, right? So three times you need to get the print. If you want to get copies, you need to use three times same. If you want three copies, you need to use three times you need to print that, right? But here you can use carbonized papers, right? So it generates the same time it generates two copies. So that's very big advantage they have not mentioned in the book, right? Remember that, right? And non-impact printers, very expensive. Laser printer, that's the highest quality printer available in the market. And there are more, but for our age, so this is the highest quality printer. And next one, laser. The thermal they use for different purposes. There are no color thermal printers. I haven't seen yet. Right? It's just black and white printouts. Black ink only it can generate. And the plotters. That's again for the different purpose. Right? So you can't place you can't get the plotter work through laser printer. That's not possible because plotters can generate very big pages, right? ඒ වගේ ලොකු pages වලට plotter can generate printouts, but laser printers you can take maximum A4, A5, that's A3. That's all, right? So the purpose is different. The technology you need to learn, right? Those are non-impact printers. And the sound outputs, basically headphones and the speakers. That also depending on personal experience. If you want get, you have different types of headphones and speakers. And for commercial purpose, you have different types of uh, speakers available, right? So that's the conclusion of today's class. Any thing to clarify, anything to discuss? පුතාලට තේරුම් නැති තැනක් තියෙනවනම් කියන්න බලන්න දැන්. හැමෝටම හොඳටම තේරලාද මන්ද? මොකක්වත් තේරුම් නැද්ද නැත්නම්? Right. So I will quickly share a video. Can you all see the screen? Can you all see my screen? Others? අනිත් අය නිදිද මන් දන්නේ. දැන් මේ අපේ තසාරදුව විතරයි ආන්සර් කරන්නේ. අනිත් අය හිටපු ගමන් තිනුක පුතත් ආන්සර් කරනවා. අනිත් අය නැහැ. හරි. So if you have any questions, you just let me know, okay? Others. Right. See this. Right. Here. I told you, no? Powder form. See, this is a laser printer is telling about the laser printer. See the powders. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and the black. That's K, right? Key. I also forgot that one, right? CMYK, right? So that's the combination, right? Black one, right? See that these are in powder form, right? So this is Photoshop is talking about, right? So he separated that image to the colors. So if you see the 4 colors, right? So this is magenta color. If you extract only magenta color, this is the photo you can see, right? So actually the complete photo is like this. So that's a combination, right? Combination of 4 colors. But if you separate the colors, it looks like, see? So he is adding now. So slowly he is adding, see? You can hear my voice, right? Sasaradua? Okay, fine. Right, see. Now he is going to add one by one. See, he added both colors. Now, see, slowly it's filling the actual colors. Right, now we got the original color. These are the 4 cartridges. Right? Give me 1 minute. Right. These are the 4 cartridges. Right? This is the rollers, the drum I was telling about, right? So here laser beam is using, right, to change the, so negative and positive, the charge actually is changing through the laser beam, right? So don't worry about those kind of things. So those are very advanced things, right? දැන් පුතා මේ ටෝන එක කැරකෙනකොට දැන් මේක 4 සැරයකට වෙන්නේ මම කිව්වනේ. දැන් මේකේ පොසිටිව්ලි charge වෙලා තියෙන තැන් ඩොට්ස් වලට විතරයි මේකේ ටෝනර් එකේ ඩස්ට් එක ඇටච් වෙන්නේ. නෙගටිව් එක රිජෙක්ට් කරනවා. අන්න ඒ විදිහට තමයි මේක ඉමේජ් එක ජෙනරේට් වෙන්නේ. බලන්න දැන් ප්ලස් එකක් ආව ගමන් එයා ඇටච් කරගන්නවා. නෙගටිව් ටික හැලෙනවා. මෙන්න බලන්න. දැන් නෙගටිව් වලට ඇටච් වෙලා නැහැ. දැන් මේ පින්තූරේ කෙලින්ම දැන් මැජෙන්ටා කලර් එක විතරක් so ඩෙවලොප් වෙනවා. right? Hmm. That's other mechanism, right? Sponge roller cleans up the remaining particles, right? Now, the I mean magenta work is done. Similarly, right? It goes through all the four toners. Hmm. It goes through the heating process. So that will make sure your powder won't erase. So it will firmly attach to the paper, right? It's a heating process is going on, right? See, then only it gets right. This is all about the laser technology, right? So see, very beautiful, very colorful, and very high quality graphic you can get through that process, right? Now he's going to tell about the inkjet technology. It's very beautiful, right? So now you practically know how the things are happening. Like it's basically bubble jet inks. Actually, it sprays, right? Based on the electric shock, the technology, right? Anyway, that ones and zeros will be converted to the electric shock, and according to the pulses are given to the instructions are given to the cartridges how much ink it should dispense, right? And what's the quantity and everything, right? So accordingly it will generate the image. Laser, so it will, the laser printers, the latest technology says so how much powder it should dispense and what are the areas like negatively charged, it will attach with the negatively ionized particles, right? So that's the two different technologies. දැන් පුතාලට ගොඩක් ක්ලියර්ද මේ අපි අද කතා කරපු දේවල් ගැන, right? හරි. දැන් අපි අන්තිම එක බලමු how this impact printers like dot matrix, right? Let me share the screen again. It's a Indian. Don't worry about the voice. That's not slowly, We'll get another animated video. Ah, that's the benefit, right? You can get multi-copy documents, right? Ah, yes. This is very durable printer, right? Uh, Thermal printers also they have. See, this. Right? Hmm. So you can use YouTube to get some additional knowledge, right? Uh, so without wasting your time, right? Looking at the movies and all, right? So you can maybe you can study further if you want, right? So this is a type of dot matrix printer. See, see, it's very noisy. Can you all hear that noise? See, so it can generate monochrome graphics, only one color, right? So it can reduce the shade or the intensity, right? See the noise? Ah, right. I forgot to show you the uh, what you call plotters. See one plotter. This all. That's one type, and here one more type. So pen moves here and there. Actually, that bar moves, right? See, paper won't move, right? Paper won't move. Only the head moves. See, you want to see how they draw. So you can see how they draw circles, right? Uh, and see, these are latest plotters. So they use some sort of offset printing mechanisms, right? So these are latest plotters. So here, paper and both the ink head moves, right? Can you see only one line it prints, right? Only one line. Then the paper moves forward, right? And then next line prints. See, see. So see, slowly, slowly it's moving. See, see that once head moves to the corner, see paper advances, right? And there are 3D printers. It's not so these are 3D printers, right? So you can print like these kind of things. See? Those are very advanced type printers, 3D printers, right? This is how 3D printing works, right? Right. So in our book, we are talking about 2D printings. 2D, only two dimension printings, right? But world is so advanced now. You all have seen, right? So interesting, isn't it, Tasaradu? It's so interesting, right? Right. So the printing technology has so advanced now, so they can use to generate 3D images, right? So it's a solid liquid like a glue gun, right? So we need to input like a glue stick, different colors, right? That printer can generate. So you need to create the object through the software, and you need to send the printout. That now today you are generating the 2D printout like a document or maybe image or something, right? But you need to generate the 3D image and give the instruction to the 3D printer to how it should print, right? So basically it's like a glue gun, right? So it can create the, so it's not from, it's through the, I mean, from personal usage to up to the commercial purpose. Now they are using 3D printing technologies like Nike, right? Nike shoes, they are manufacturing, they are using heavily, they are using the 3D technology. See, the world is so open, right? So you can think, so it's not like, don't stick into this book. Putala mein pote තියෙන දේවල් වල, those are very generic basic knowledge, right? So world is so ahead than this book. හරිද? මේ පොතට වඩා ගොඩක් එහා තියෙන. But you need to have very solid understanding, right? And the interest, especially, right, about this technology, how things are happening, right? Then only you can manage your future, right? So it's so advanced that like thousand millions of research and develops are going on, right? So every day they are inventing new things, right? So be with the technology if you like, right? So if you are not interested, that is different story. But if you are interested, right, for anything you can use the technology. That's the message we have to give, right? So don't stick into these paperworks, right? So those are something you can simply you can read and understand. But the world is so ahead now, right? So so it's just 5 minutes to 9, right? So we'll stop for today, right? So next time again we have to discuss central processing unit, your cache memory, and the devices, right? And ports and the network. In this chapter is huge, right? So many things to discuss, right? So today I totally completed this output devices, right? I don't know how long it will take, right? Next time we'll quickly go through the CPU, because I think I have done CPU, about CPU several times, right? And the computer memory we'll quickly go through, and the cache memory, that's a new thing. I will explain what cache memory is, and the secondary memory. So we'll talk about the hard disk drives. Those are some sort of hardware things, so very interested. And the magnetic tapes, optical media, then comes to the solid state device and the flash drive, USB drive. So we need to, like, similar to this printing things, like we need to see the videos and that how things work, like it's a sort of a practical thing, right? Don't worry, maybe it will take another 2 or 3 weeks to complete this. Uh, it's very um, huge chapter. I don't know why they have divided, right? So maybe 2 weeks, right? We'll try to finish it off, right? Then we need, then actually you have the number systems. That's again a big headache. Okay, right? Okay, then any questions? All fine. Sasaradu, what is that? Okay, no problem. Okay, then see you all next Thursday. Now I born. Good night. Good night. Good night, Pata. Okay, welcome.